Hello friends, and welcome to another episode of Kitchen Table Magic, where I showcase 60 card decks that are fun to play and fun to buy. I'm your host and certified degenerate gamer, Aiden. This week, we have a deck that combines two Lifegain combos into one deck that is surprisingly effective, and will be even more effective on paper than it is in Arena. This is Groper Oak Combo. So this deck is based around two combos, both of which need a source of life gain. Specifically, when a creature ETBs, you need to gain life. In this case, I've chosen to do 4 Lunarch Veterans and 4 Prosperous Innkeepers. Prosperous Innkeeper is also nice because it makes treasure, and as you're about to see, we do generally need a lot of mana for this deck. Now, the two combos that this deck does are the Groper combo, or Lurking Roper Presence of Grand combo. Lurking Roper, card you probably haven't seen before. 4/5, it doesn't untap during your untap step, but it always untaps when you gain life. Presence of Grand enchants a creature and gives it tap to make a 1/1 elf. So what these two do together is you tap Lurking Roper to make a 1/1 to gain life to untap Lurking Roper, and you keep doing that, gaining infinite life and making infinite 1/1s. Now the other combo is using Scurry Oak and Light of Promise. You've probably seen Scurry Oak before if you are a combo gamer, because there are a lot of combos using Scurry Oak. In this case, Scurry Oak, it's a 1/2 with Evolve, which doesn't matter, but more importantly, whenever one or more +1/+1 counters are put on it, you make a 1/1 squirrel. Light of Promise enchants a creature so that that creature has, whenever you gain life, put counters on it. So all you need to do is find a way to gain a life. Then because you gain life, Light of Promise puts counters on Scurry Oak. Since counters were put on Scurry Oak, it makes a creature. One of your life gain sources gains you life, which triggers Light of Promise, giving you infinite creatures, infinite life, and an infinitely large Scurry Oak. Now, importantly, Scurry Oak's ability is a May, so you can stop the combo at any time, rather than forcing the game into a draw. So all of these combos have no chance of losing you the game. We do also have 3 Heliod's Pilgrims in the deck. These just let you tutor for an aura, so if you have a creature, you can search for the other half of the combo that you need. In the sideboard here, we have 1 Gaia's Blessing. I put this in when I played on Arena because I played against a mill deck, and frankly, this deck has a very bad matchup against control, so throwing a couple of these in just is an automatic win against mill decks, which is always fun. I didn't do the lands. You will see some of an example of lands in the video. I would definitely not recommend doing that. Instead, just let me know if you want me to make a video about lands, and I'll go over some of my favorite land packages. We also have, to fill out the deck, a couple of life gain payoffs. So Trelasara, Voice of the Blessed, all these get counters when you gain life. Our plan isn't really to use these very often, but we need something for that 2-drop spot, and these are both really good at drawing removal and threatening the opponent and blocking. And there are the rare cases where they just can't remove it, you gain a bunch of life, and you win the game. Cleric class, same thing, except that the level 2 of Cleric class can substitute for Light of Promise with the Scurry Oak combo, because it puts counters when you gain life. We also just have 4 copies of Llanowar Elves for some ramp, and that's the deck. So we're going to go ahead and jump straight into the games, and I'll see you after. So we've got one of the combos, Scurry Oak, Light of Promise, and a life gain source, as well as a turn 1 Llanowar Elf. So I'm going to go ahead and keep that. We are on the draw, which is unfortunate, but hopefully our hand is good enough. Backup Scurry Oak is very nice. So if the Llanowar lives, we'll play this on white, play a Scurry Oak. If they kill it, we can play another one. If they don't, we can Light of Promise and Lunarch Veteran. We do need a way to gain 1 life. Generous Pop. I don't think I've seen this card. Very interesting. Okay, play this on white, play Scurry Oak, and pass the turn. Sorry if the lighting is a bit weird. The sun's coming right in the window I have right there. I just had some spare time and thought I'd record a quick video or two. Okay, Ornery Tumblewag. So they're definitely doing +1/+1 counter things. They're definitely doing it. If we get to do our thing, we will be doing it better than them, which is good. Okay, we're actually a little bottlenecked on white, which is unfortunate. If I play the Light of Promise, then our plan's kind of on the board. But then we can do it next turn. If I play a Veteran, then next turn we can Light of Promise, and we can't start the combo because you need to gain 1 life or put a counter on Scurry Oak to start it. I'm gonna hope they don't have interaction, and I'm gonna go for it. As long as they don't kill the Scurry Oak or the Light of Promise or me this turn, then we probably win. But at the same time, they definitely could. That feels like I'm asking a lot for all of these pieces to stay on the board, especially considering that they've got the Tumblewag, which is going to make a lot of counters, Generous Pup, which makes a lot of counters, and we need our Elf, so we can't even block. Okay, that's most of their mana. What are they holding up that 1 mana for? Hopefully nothing important. Oh my gosh. Okay, are they gonna saddle it? They should with the Hydra. Okay, they're not. So, what could they have for 1 mana? A fight spell? That would do it. Okay. I hope they don't have an instant speed fight spell. So, Veteran. There's a stick. Swords to Plowshares is a possibility. Okay, we'll play another Scurry Oak. If this resolves, then we're 1 step closer. Alright, there we go. So this is combo number 1, which is Scurry Oak and Light of Promise. Scurry Oak gets the counter, which means I can make a Squirrel. Squirrel enters, I gain a life, which puts a counter on Scurry Oak. And since this creating a Squirrel from Scurry Oak is a May ability, I can stop the combo at any time. Of course, our opponent is still holding up 1 mana for something. Don't know what. But they should probably just fire it off, because otherwise they're going to be clicking a lot of pass. Okay, and we're gonna stop it there. 50 life and a 42-43 Oak. And since our opponent ran out their rope, they don't have an opportunity to block, and that's it. Although, I don't know how they were gonna win against 41 Squirrels either way, so. This hand has half of one of the combos. Trelisar is good, but we don't have any way to gain life, so I need to mulligan. Okay, half of one combo. We've got our Lifegain, Heliod's Pilgrim. Can search for another aura, but we need the creature. I think we need a mulligan. You have to mulligan pretty aggressively with this deck. Okay. So we have both of the combo creatures. No way to gain life, so we need to draw a lot. A lot needs to go right. But if it does, that's pretty good. We're on the draw. Okay, they're showing us red. That either means that Lifegain is going to save us, or that we're going to die before it matters. Charming Scoundrel could be either way. Charming Scoundrel can be aggro or big red. Looks like it's big red. I have more 1 mana white spells that matter. We're gonna interfere. So there's our Lifegain that we need when a creature enters. So if we play that, next turn at worst we Voice of the Blessed, but it might be better to Expender. Makes treasure block. Okay, so Presence of Grond is the combo with Lurking Roper, so I'm gonna play the Roper. It's a risk, but it's one we have to take, so we have to draw a land next turn. If we don't, things are not great. I'm gonna hold back because it really doesn't matter. We're gonna make infinite 1/1s and gain infinite life next turn, as long as we draw land. Magda. Okay, that rewards you for committing crimes. I'm not gonna block. Land. Alright. So, let's see this combo. There's no stick. So here's what you do. You tap Lurking Groper to make a 1/1, which gains life, which untaps Lurking Groper. So we made enough 1/1s to kill them through all their blockers. Let's see what they do here. We don't really care about blocking because we can gain infinite life. Another really good thing about this combo is all that it requires to do it a little bit more is to tap the Roper Lurker. And it looks like our opponent is done. That's combo number 2. So this hand, we technically have the combo because Helios Pilgrim can search for the Light of Promise that we need for Scurry Oak. So we'll go ahead and keep it, especially with the double ramp with Llanowar into Innkeeper. I may Llanowar into Pilgrim, but we'll have to wait and see. I'm going to play Beseiju. The only reason this is in the deck is because anytime I play Arena, I just take out one forest and put in Beseiju. Same with all the other ones. Because they're better than they're basically just better basics, as long as you have one of them. Hopeless Nightmare makes me discard a card. I'm gonna get rid of that. Okay. Lurking Groper. Do I play the Innkeeper, or do I play... I'm gonna play the Scurry Oak. It's a little bit easier to trigger this combo. All you need to do is play a creature that's big, and then it starts making squirrels. And there's the Light of Promise. Do I go for it? Or do I Innkeeper and wait? Let's see if there's a stick. There isn't. I'm gonna go for it. We have the backup combo with Helios Pilgrim into Groper. So, if they don't kill the Scurry Oak here, and they don't. Ugh, unfortunately we need a way to gain life. If this Innkeeper was a little bit bigger. He'll make 2 mana here. I'm gonna swing. Mostly because if they have a split up, at least we keep our Innkeeper. Oh, so close. Well, I'll do another Innkeeper, so that's not too bad. Do I Innkeeper first, or do I Roper? Man, another land. Couple more land here would have cinched it up. But we're not drawing any. We are drawing all our combo pieces, so I guess I can't complain too much. I think I Innkeeper here. That also ramps me. So next turn I can land... Almost there. Almost to 6 to be able to do it all. Unholy Annex. Okay, that's a decent card. Okay, we drew the land, so I'll play that. Do I risk the rope? If I draw a land next turn, I can Roper into Grond on the same... No, but the Roper needs to... Unlike the Scurry Oak combo, the Roper needs to not be summoned. So we'll play it now. Many people underestimate the Roper, because it's not a card that you see play a lot, and it's not super threatening. I mean, it's a 4/5. Okay, okay. So they're gonna pick up their Nightmare. So this is just a historic version of the standard deck. Yeah, we're discarding the Pilgrim. Hopefully they don't have another discard spell. They don't. Okay, so this is their one chance to interact with us. They have something. If this is interaction, I think we're done. It's not. It's not. Alright, let's do it. Maybe I should have waited for removal right there. So they're sitting on something. Maybe it's just triggering the Hopeless Nightmare? Okay, so they've seen the combo. I don't know if they have anything. I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna trust that our opponent knows enough about Magic to have played removal by now, so I think we're okay. They're just holding Hopeless Nightmare. Okay. Whew, that was very nerve-wracking right there. So we're gonna stop there for really no other reason than that we can also do it at instant speed on their turn in response to something. So if they sweep the board, we can gain a bunch of life in response. I don't necessarily know if this deck plays a lot of sweepers, but I suppose we'll find out. They probably have a couple. Wishclaw Talisman. Okay. So they're going to be able to search for anything they want, and there are plenty of 4-mana board wipes. At the same time, we get our own Talisman. If we had more mana, that would be great, because then we could activate it when we draw one piece of the combo, and then get the other piece. As it is, this might be a game where the combo doesn't instantly win the game. Temporary lockdown. Well, let's just gain a little bit of extra life here. This does unfortunately matter because it kills the Groper. Otherwise it would not. This does tell us that they don't have a hard, like, complete board wipe. So that's kind of good for us. And you know what? I can just go ahead and make another one. Just one, but... Oh, and the lockdown got rid of the talisman. Okay. I'll gain the life for the untap. Play a Llanowar Elf and swing in for 1. They may have another temporary lockdown. Oh, they did have a depopulate. Well, we went infinite, but it wasn't enough. On paper, it might have been, because we would have infinite life, which means we would have as much time as we want to kind of build back up. But on Arena, we're only at 43. If we jump back into the video, it'll be because something wonderful happened, so I won't make you sit through that. This game went as expected, and we're losing. Well, that's what happens if you get board wiped out. Welcome to the end of the video. So, this deck is very silly, and frankly, a lot of fun. It's very low wildcard use. I actually don't think there are any rares in it whatsoever. So if you're playing it on Arena, it should be very easy to craft and will definitely win you games. It does fold to interaction, almost any interaction, unless you have multiple pieces in your hand, and every so often you can play just the right way to kind of work around it. But interaction and board wipes, it's very, very bad against. The main reason that I made this deck is because if you play this at your pod in person and they don't do anything, or someone else is more of a threat, or you manage to politic your way into being able to pull off the combo, then it pretty much wins you the game on the spot. Infinite life, infinite creatures, kind of like you saw in the arena games, but of course in paper you can actually do infinite. Whereas in arena you're limited by how many times you're willing to click and of course the rope. I wouldn't say this deck is particularly good, but it is really easy, very cheap, and very fun. Most of the price comes from Cleric class and Voice of the Blessed and things like that, even Llanowar Elves. This whole section down here can be switched out. So if you really don't want to use any of these, or if you have similar cards in your collection, you can switch them out, or even just put in more Helios Pilgrim, or whatever you like. This is just what I chose to fill in. These 24 cards are really the heart of the deck, and everything else is just there to support it. So, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to let me know. Leave me a comment down below, and let me know if there's anything you'd like to see next, any kind of deck you want me to cover. And of course, like and subscribe if you want to see more like this, and I'll see you next time. Bye!